We're here with Under-21s head coach Steve Spooner after the game against Coventry. Thanks for talking to us today, Spoons. A tough result. What are your first impressions of the game?
Very, very disappointed. I thought our first half performance was the best it's been in probably a month. I was really pleased in and out of possession. The only thing I felt that I said to them at half time was that their attacks came through our poor decision making at times. And we tried to force balls instead of just being patient. And that's when we was at our best, when we was patient with it and moved them around. But second half, I don't think we really got started. We had little flurries and that, and just before the first goal, I said to James Brain by the side of me, I says, we're creaking now. We start to creak. And of course, when you start creaking, it gets stronger, and then your house collapses. And short corner, switched off, didn't get out to the ball quick enough. And then if that wasn't bad enough, we just let the lad just weave through us with no attempt to try and stop it, and it's in the goal. So we have to, watch the game back and dissect it. But first impressions are, I just felt that we've let something get away, because I thought we could win today, and that's what's really disappointing, because I thought, we was in touching distance of getting something, and we shot ourselves in the foot. It was bitterly disappointed.
Yeah, like you say, you started the game really well, defended really well, and looked quite good going forwards as well. So how much were you frustrated with how the game panned out after that?
Yeah, really frustrated in as much as you say. I thought, we played some really good football, our build-up play, we got out from the back really well, stuff we'd been working on. But once again, said to them at half-time, you're trying to score a perfect goal. Just when we get in wide areas, just smash it across the goal, see what happens. But we come back out, we're trying to dribble in there and make the perfect goal. And, that ain't going to happen. At times you just have to shoot and, get a deflection or a corner or whatever. But we're trying to be too concise, and I don't know if that's because we're struggling for goals anyway.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a rough run of results for you now. What is it you've said to the lads to try and turn that around?
Well, not so much what we've said now. We've had some strong words in there, but it's stuff that you can't even say stuff you do on a training ground, because you can do all your stuff on the training ground, it works lovely, and then it comes to a game and you've got opposition, and you have to counteract that. I think the big thing for them is they've got to start to concentrate for longer periods. The last two games we've conceded 7 goals, and the opposition haven't really had to work for them goals. We've allowed it through our poor decision making, not being switched on today from a short corner, and a lot of them are mental things. They're the concentration, thinking. Is this the correct ball? And of course, the best players are the best decision makers, and I think we have to right that. But it's very hard to coach decision making.
Yeah. In more positive news, a word on Trevan Sanusi, who played and scored for England recently and looked lively today at times in that first half as well. How do you assess his development and the potential he has?
Well, he has fantastic potential, and that's why he's playing under-21s football at 16 years of age. As you say, he's been away with England, and that's a massive well done for him. It's lovely for him, for his family, and the football club. And he came out here today and saying he's been away on international duty. I thought he'd done very well today for such a young man. I think positive news as well. Aidan George got back for 30 minutes of football today, and he's been a big miss in the team, because he gets you up the pitch, he makes runs in behind and stuff we haven't been doing, just because people are playing out of position up the top. They're not strikers, and we've asked them to do it, and so that's been tough as well. But we're starting to get 1 or 2 players back from injury now, so hopefully that'll shake the team up a little bit, and people will be fighting for positions, because we are very short on players, and maybe players think they've got a divine right to play, and we get a few more players back, then they'll see.
Yeah, exactly. You mentioned you'd been quite short on players there. What was it like to have Jordan James back with the squad and back playing with the 21s?
Yeah, it's nice for JJ. You know, he's been around first team football and that, and you know, he needed get some minutes under his belt, and it was planned that he'd only play 60, and he played 60 and come through with no problem. So, you know, it's a big plus for him as well.
And of course, he's very much part of the first team plans going forward. You know, what do you think he can bring to the first team?
Well, you know, he's got to learn his trade as well. I think, you know, that will be more a question for the first team manager than myself. So yeah, he came and applied himself very well for his first game for a long while, and it was, you know, nice from his own personal point of view to get some game time as well. But, you know, he has to go and force himself into the manager's plans, and you know, that sometimes starts with a player.